Good evening, and welcome to Lunch Break's first virtual fundraiser. My name is Tina Flaster, and I'm one of the co-chairs for tonight's event. Our goal here tonight is to raise a lot of money, but it's also to enlighten you to what a special place that Lunch Break is. It provides programs, but more importantly, it provides a sense of community and a hope to so many in our community.
Hi, I'm Mimi Keenan, the other co-chair of tonight's event. Thank you so much for being with us. It really means a lot that you would take some time out of your Thursday evening to spend some time with us and to learn a little bit about this wonderful organization. It's important to understand that Lunch Break provides support to so many in our community who are struggling for one reason or another. And we provide support with dignity and compassion for anyone who comes through our doors. So I think you'll learn a lot about a gem that's within our backyard here that serves so many in our community.
Tonight's program will bring laughter, tears, and enlighten you to the world of Lunch Break. So it is my honor to welcome our host for tonight, Jon Stewart.
Hello, it's me, Jon Stewart. You might be thinking, hey, that looks like the same tree that the co-chairs were standing in front of. How many of those trees are around at Lunch Break? It's really only one. We're all just going to stand in front of it. Maybe some people in the kitchen. Thank you so much for joining us on Facebook or YouTube or the Snapchat. Sorry about the feedback there. Listen, man, we're going live. We wanted to do a gala event where we got everybody together, but obviously because of the pandemic, we are unable to do that, but the need doesn't stop. The reason that we're doing this tonight virtually is as essential as Lunch Break was in normal times, in pandemic times, it is absolutely a necessity. The need is so much greater now even than it was. I first found out about Lunch Break. They had done a food drive at my kid's school, and we just thought, oh, what a nice organization. They're collecting some cancer. The more we learned about Lunch Break, the more we learned about the depth of what they do, the compassion, the camaraderie that goes on around here, the fact that it's not just about food insecurity, it's about life skills and resume building and clothing and community. It's a remarkable place. Tonight, you can get involved by donating money, and I'm going to announce to you a very special part of this that just came through on the wire. There is going to be a matching challenge tonight on the donations. Matching challenge. And you might say to yourself, oh, what, somebody throwing $100 for a matching challenge? That's nice. $250,000 matching challenge. For the $250,000, if we can raise that, they will match it. Joan Recknitz and Abe and Linda Littenberg will be matching that donation. So if you want to make a donation, here's what you have to do. Text the word rising to 243725. It's probably on the ticker right there. There it goes. Look at that. Magic. Folks, I'm so excited that you've decided to join us here. Why am I here? Because this is the kind of organization that every community needs to have and needs to be involved with. And also, I was given a free t-shirt. And really, isn't that where I'm at in my career right now? Free t-shirt, index cards. I used to be somebody. Folks, I'm going to introduce you to someone who I adore. I love this woman. She's the executive director of Lunch Break, I think for 11 years now or something along that line, you know, when it was a much smaller organization. So I want to introduce to you right now, if we could, Gwen Love. Do we have Gwen? Gwen!
Hi, John.
How are you, Gwen?
I am well. How are you, John?
I am doing very well, thank you. I wanted to ask you, just a brief, you've been here for a long time and you've really built this culture. Give me a brief history of this
Sure.
place.
Sure, absolutely. And first, I just want to say thank you to everybody that's tuning in, too. We appreciate you doing that. So Lunch Break was formed 37 years ago as a grassroots effort by a group of people who were concerned about hunger in the community. And we started serving hot meals to the homeless and the working poor in the basement of a local church in Red Bank. Mrs. Norma Todd, our first executive director, soon added the food pantry and clothing services. Throughout the 37 years, we opened and expanded our own facility in Red Bank and added many more programs, all of which are free.
It's incredible the breadth of what you do, but you have a large part in creating the culture here. Talk a little bit about that. It's such a warm and loving place.
It is.
Tell me about how you what's your thought behind that?
Yeah. Well, it's not one person, honestly. I believe that the warm culture that we have here at Lunch Break really starts with Board of Trustees in our boardroom. It starts with our amazing Board of Trustees who have the heart and the best intentions for the people that we serve here in the community. And it filters through all the staff, all of our volunteers as well. So, we are, it has to be a culture of everyone providing that type of warmth. And so people come to Lunch Break from all walks of life. And they range from the working poor, the veterans, seniors, single moms, college students, whomever. And regardless, they all have
It's
needs,
amazing.
and we have to treat them with respect and dignity and compassion.
And you don't take, this is not a place that takes a ton of government funding.
I'm glad you mentioned that, actually, because first of all, that's why we're here, right? To reach out to the community, to continue to ask for their continued support. So 98% of all of our funds come from individuals, corporate dollars, foundations, and we get maybe about 1 or 2% from some government funds. But the majority of it really comes from wonderful, generous individuals in our community.
And how did it switch? I've known about you guys for many years, and we've worked together for many years, Gwen. But tell me about how the pandemic changed the way that you guys had to do business.
Well, obviously, we actually had to switch gears very, very quickly because in normal times, people are coming in, they're receiving their services inside Lunch Break, and it can be anywhere from sitting down to having a meal and enjoying the camaraderie with other people, because Lunch Break is known for community and family and fellowship. So, people come in, you walk in the door, you need to see a social worker, you need to see, get clothing or whatever the service is. You just walk in the door. And so, yes, we've had to change that very, very drastically. And that's really been the most difficult part of this entire pandemic situation, is that we cannot allow the clients to come in to enjoy a nice cool day when it's 100 degrees outside, or with the winters coming in and staying warm, and just again feeling the atmosphere and the fellowship and the sense of community that Lunch Break provides, because we serve food, we have a lot of programs, but there's something about coming in, especially if you are a single person, if you're a senior, you live by yourself. We provide that sense of community and trust that the community needs so much.
Well, Gwen, listen, the tone is set from the top, and you set a beautiful tone in this place. This is a huggy place. People like to hug here, and we're all looking forward to COVID and pandemic being gone, because there's going to be a lot. People are going to be like hibernating bears coming out of the thing, just hugging everybody. It's an incredible place.
But I did want to just also kind of follow up with the whole pandemic and everything. So again, Lunch Break does the right thing all the time, and so we did have to switch gears, obviously, like so many other organizations did, and it was a very difficult decision. One Wednesday night at a board meeting, we had to have a very difficult decision, and it was made. With the board and the staff together, that we had to change our way of serving so that it was a grab and go, and that was a Wednesday night. And with the support and the hard work of the staff and the volunteers, that following Monday we opened up with a new normal. We never missed a meal, which is the most important thing. Our hours never changed. We're still open the same amount of days for our operation. And that was the goal. So we suspended many of our other services. Many of them have come back now, and you hear more about that later on. But
Yes.
I think we did the right thing to keep the community safe, our staff safe, as well as the volunteers. So we did what we had to do.
Absolutely, and it's a heck of an operation, top down, and congratulations. And let's keep that money coming. Texting rising. 243-725. Gwen, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll be talking later. I want to apologize. I know there's probably some technical difficulties that are coming for those of you who are watching on Facebook or YouTube. Apparently, there might be a little bit of a lag or a little bit of a echo, and apparently now I am talking only in German. So I apologize if it's coming across in German. It's my mistake. Take a look at this. I wanted to show you. There's a video from some of the galas, give you an idea of how these things go.
Okay.
Will I see the video too or no? Coming back. That video was astounding. Moving, well produced. We apologize for that. We're having a few technical difficulties. I don't know if you know, but these are somewhat difficult to throw together at the last minute. And we've got a great team here working as hard as they can to get this program to you so that you get a better understanding of what Lunch Break does. But, I've got the people who run Lunch Break, who are on the board of, they're all here. So let's just talk to them about it. John Klein, who's the president of the Board of Trustees, is with us. Can we get John in there? Let's see if he may be coming up, hopefully by the...
Hi, John. It's John Klein.
First of all, who let Kevin Costner into this place? For goodness sakes, John Klein. Handsome fella.
You're being way too kind,
You've been the
buddy.
president for the last 3 years, and you've been involved with Lunch Break for 10 years. Gwen was talking a little bit about this transition you had to make to grab and go. What was that like?
It was really amazing, and how quickly, we had that, she mentioned the meeting on the Wednesday. We served our last dining room meal on Friday. And then over the weekend, the staff, they had already put together a plan. Monday morning, they're at the front door of the dining room handing out grab-and-go meals. We sent out notes throughout the community. We had signs up around the community so people were not surprised. Obviously, we didn't get everybody, but we did a great job. People were getting their meals, and they understood that this had to happen. And so it worked out really well.
Did you see an elevated need once the pandemic hit?
John, let me tell you, it was immediate. Our average daily count went from 225 meals a day to 325 ever since the start of the pandemic in March, and it just keeps on going. The need out there is huge. I mean, many of our customers, our clients, were, live right on the edge, right? And the rent took a lot of their money. And imagine taking a job away. A great story. It was the first week I was handing out the grab-and-go meals. A fella came up and he said, as of yesterday, I'm unemployed. I had 2 jobs. I worked at 2 different restaurants. I was doing fine, and then this happened, and I don't know what I'm going to do. And I said, well, you got help here. We have lunch. You can pick up over at the Pantry. We have clothes. We can help you out, and we'll help train you as well through life skills. But that story is so consistent, and it's hard. It really breaks your heart, people coming up telling you their story, because they need help.
Yeah, and it takes really the whole community to get involved. And that's been a nice part about Lunch Break is you really are able to get the community involved.
Yes, yeah, I think it's all part of that great fellowship and grassroots, but we've had a lot of help. We haven't done it by ourselves. No community ever does it by themselves. We had great support. I have to throw out a lot of thank yous to Superfood Town, Fulfill, a big thank you to Kim Godano over there, helped us many times. There's just so many people in need. A number of restaurants would come, and our chefs were very busy, and we didn't want them to burn out, so the restaurants would come in and provide a special meal for a lunch, such as Beach Tavern or Eat Clean Bro. I love that name, Eat Clean Bro. Barnacle Bills, I'm sure you've heard about them in the neighborhood. Sure. And Tuzio's. So we had some really great support from over 30 restaurants. I wish I could name them all. But that's what Lunch Break is about, is people helping people.
It's awesome. And you bring up the restaurants and the kitchen. The kitchen is the heart of Lunch Break. And I just want to check and see if we're able to run video now. Are we able to run? So we're able to run video now because that's the team we have. The Genius Bar we got over there just fixed whatever they got. The computer runs on, I believe it's 4 squirrels running as fast as they can. One of them was slacking. So we're going to show you really the heart of Lunch Break, which is the kitchen operation. Take a look at this.
I look at this as like being my ministry. I enjoy helping people. Feeding people has always been my passion. What better to do it but here at Lunch Break?
Lunch Break is making a difference to this entire community. 7:30, our team is already here, chopping salads, cutting 60 loaves of fresh Italian bread. I don't have a specific responsibility. The whole team, everybody, we do everything here.
Lunch Break touched my heart. Staff, the volunteers, and the clients. I consider them my family. I came down here 7 years ago and I was unemployed. I didn't have a job. So I came here as a volunteer. When I came through the front door, I could feel the warmth and the love that they all had here at Lunch Break for me.
During these horrible times, all walks of life do come up to the door. I will say me for one, I work on Wall Street, and during this pandemic, I was furloughed. Myself, I brought food home from here. Just being able to make a difference in other people's lives, it touches my heart.
There were times we were serving 100 meals a day. We're down to about 70 or so right now. To those who particularly are locked in, or seniors who for health reasons shouldn't go out and they're afraid to come out and get COVID, as well as those who have some kind of disability.
We had a lot of participation from the local restaurants, because of COVID.
I can't even begin to tell you how overwhelming the response has been by the community to keep Lunch Break running. The whole community pulled together and came to Lunch Break's help. 2 weeks after we shut the doors and moved to our grab and go, we tripled the number of donations that we would have had at this time last year. So that's when I knew we were going to be okay. That's when I knew that Lunch Break was going to be okay.
We're all good people, we all fall short, but we can get up, brush ourselves off, and just keep on moving. As long as you do the footwork that you have to do, something will come your way one day.
Anybody who's ever worked in a restaurant knows it can be chaos unless you have the right captain. Director of Culinary Operations, Tyrone Burr. Tyrone?
Hey, John, how you doing?
I'm doing really well, Tyrone. How are you doing?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
Tyrone, we're blessed because you do such a fantastic job. How do you keep this thing humming? How do you keep the morale up in these difficult times and keep this kitchen going?
Well, John, I tell you, man, it's not easy, you know, but I have a great group of volunteers that, you know, that stand behind me. A great group of staff members that stand behind me, and, you know, we all come together for the common good, and we do what we have to do.
It's tough.
Very tough, very tough.
Especially in a pandemic, you know, the meals, they got to have a healthy meal too. You know, it's not just, you can't just throw stuff on there. How do you balance healthy meals in that time?
Well, you know, we do the best we can, John, with a lot of, we have a lot of donations that come in. We have a lot of community involvement with the local area restaurants. So, you know, each one pitches in and help us do what we have to do. You know, we won't miss a meal. We haven't missed a meal, you know, and that's what we do.
Now I hear, I don't want to say anything, I don't want to speak out of school here. People have been talking about Tyrone's turkey meatballs. I mean, that's been the word around town. I don't, not just here, you know, I hear it on the streets.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I'm out walking around.
I've heard something like that. You know.
What's going on with the turkey meatballs, Tyrone?
Well, secret.
And how do you run the kitchen? You more of a, are you Gordon Ramsay type? You in there knocking heads?
John, I tell you, I have my moments. It depends on who you ask, you know. I have my moments, though.
I hear nothing but great things. You run such a marvelous show here, and thank you, Tyrone, so much.
Thank you, John.
For keeping these meals going and keeping everybody fed, and also keeping everybody motivated and happy and smiling as they're working. It's really, you do a remarkable job.
Thank you, John. It's a joint effort. I don't do it alone, you know.
I was told you did it alone. I was told that there was no one else.
It seems like that sometimes, but no.
Well, great job. We wanted to talk a little bit now about the client choice pantry. Chuck Watson, who is the director of operations, is going to join us in a little bit. Can we get Chuck up on the line? Chuck! Wait a minute.
John, it's great to see you.
This looks like a before and after picture of somebody who started juicing and then ended up looking like that guy. I don't know what happened to me, Chuck. You're looking sharp over there.
Thank you, John.
Chuck, you've been here for a while, Director of Operations. Tell me about the pre-COVID pantry operations, because you're running the pantry there.
Thank you, John. Yeah, before the pandemic, we would average about 40 clients a day, 40 families a day, shopping in our Client's Choice Pantry every day, 6 days a week. Now, after the pandemic started, not only did the volume increase, but the way we had to deliver it increased also, because we made the decision not to allow clients in the building. So before, when we had a process that allowed clients to shop in the Client's Choice Pantry, we now had to retrofit it to add tables to the middle of the room and pack the bags ourselves and then put them in the back of their cars or in their buggies as they came out the back door. And we had to also create a process that handled a peak volume of over 120 families per day.
It's amazing. And you and I, we're in the demographic where we're told, you know, we're supposed to stay in the basement until this thing is over. Chuck, how are you keeping safe, and how are you keeping everybody else safe?
Well, thankfully, we started our viral hygiene project long before March 16th. We were already washing our hands. We were already minimizing everything. And then on March 16th, we chose just to take non-essential personnel and let them work out of their homes. And we've been operating since then on a skeleton crew, and with a skeleton crew of employees and a skeleton crew of volunteers.
Well, I'm over here sometimes and I see you guys working so hard with such dedication. It's really remarkable. How does the community fit into this? Because, you know, if anybody's watching this on Facebook or things like that, what are the community involvements that you guys have that that help you get this organized and get it where you can put those meals out?
Yeah, good point, John. Our community sustains us. We can't make it without them. All the way from the relationships we have with the local or regional food bank to the grocery stores that John mentioned, but also for many corporations, publicly held corporations, private corporations, small companies, big companies. They all support us in great partnership ways. Also,
it's amazing because also people run food. Don't people run food drives for you guys as well?
Well, yeah, not only that, there are churches who are good partners of ours, as well as schools and high school students that even run their own food drives themselves. They will come this week. We've had examples of high school students bringing hundreds of pounds of groceries and thousands of dollars of donations. One high school student even sponsored a GoFundMe page.
It's amazing, and the need stays. And to remind people of that, text RISING to, I'm going to look for the number here so you can get it. If you want to make a donation, 243-725, text RISING to 243-725. Chuck, thank you again so much for taking care of this. For those of you who are wondering, what does that pantry operation look like? Guys, can we run a video? We've got a video to give you a little sense of just how crazy things get in the pantry. Thanks, Chuck.
Thank you, John.
When the clients drive up to receive their groceries, they are always super ecstatic, super grateful. Even just seeing me outside for a couple minutes, that really makes a difference for them. And it makes a difference for me because I miss seeing them too. My name is Taylor. I work in the pantry in the intake department. A typical day when I walk in the door, we have people come in for our Red Bank seniors, and then we start distributing our normal food at 10 o'clock. The clients drive up. They don't have to have ID. They just have to have on a mask. They pick up bags for those clients and they deliver it to them. We give them a choice of meat, fish, it could be chicken, it could be beef, and then we put it in their car and they drive away.
The clients get 4 bags. The bag I'm making right now has perishable items in it, like milk, eggs, bread, frozen meat, vegetables, fruit. They get another bag that has non-perishable items like soup, cereal, pasta.
So our average number of clients before the pandemic, I would say, was about 30 clients a day. And right now we can average anywhere from 70 to a busy day would be 100 clients.
The COVID pandemic has revealed that there are thousands and thousands, millions of people in this country that live on the edge. I know that lunch break is helping all of those folks to get through this pandemic.
I think the most gratifying thing I do is just being able to help them, to know that they come in with a problem and I'm able to solve it for them, and to know that they can call me at any time. They know that if they need to vent or they need to talk, that they can call and they will get an answer.
Hi, Tammy Murphy again here on the pantry side at lunch break, and I will just tell you I'm so impressed. They are so organized under Taylor and Chrissy. I think they've got this place running like a top. Really impressive work here, and I'm so proud of everybody for showing up and pulling together and showing some New Jersey grit. So here's to lunch break.
I cannot believe that the governor and the first lady actually live in the lunch break pantry. It's shocking. And yet that's how important this place is. Chrissy Valkos, she is the pantry supervisor. Where is Chrissy? Is she? Hey, what's going on?
Hi. Everything's great.
Chrissy, I'm always so taken by your energy and your drive. How did you get involved in lunch break?
It's really weird because I was a lunch break volunteer almost 30 years ago when Miss Todd was here. We didn't do lunches on the weekends then, so through my church, we packed 150 lunches every weekend to tide the clients over because there was no service on the weekends. So it was to tide them over from Saturday to the following Monday. So I've been around for a long time.
So you started here 30 years ago when it was the Norma Todd, and then have you worked here the whole time?
No, I left. I went and raised my family, and then I became almost an empty nester, and I came back and volunteered again. I volunteered for about 2.5 years over in the kitchen, and then I graduated and got over here.
That's really exciting. And what is it for you? What's gratifying about being in the pantry, especially during this time? What's been gratifying for you?
Well, I have a big family, right? So I feed my big family. My family just grew so much bigger, and I get to deal with the clients. I get to deal with the volunteers. I get to deal with the staff. So I'm in a position where I get to see the benefits of lunch break all around. And I feel really blessed to be here, and I feel really happy that we're able to reach out a little bit and fill a need. And when we see a hole, we jump right in. That's what I like about it.
I've heard that sometimes clients will come up and they'll need some groceries, but they'll still, whatever little monies they might have, they might even throw back to you guys to kind of pay it forward for someone else who might be in need.
The most heartwarming thing I think that's happened to me, it's always generous to give. I mean, that's just a given. But I had an experience at the beginning of the pandemic when one of our clients came up on a bicycle, and I gave him his prepackaged, food and everything, and I reached into his pocket, and he said to me, I think that you guys probably really need this. And he took out 3 rolls of pennies that amounted to $1.50, and it is the best and grandest donation I have ever received in my entire life. And he drove away on his bike, and I felt awesome. And I felt touched, and I felt he understood lunch break.
He understood it very well. It's an incredible place, and you're doing an incredible job. You guys have been tireless through all this. So thank you very much. And do you guys still use volunteers during this time?
Oh my gosh. We couldn't have done it without them, honestly. We were down to a core group of like five volunteers for the major part of the pandemic. It's like they stepped out of their jobs and they stepped right into lunch break. And they put those masks on, they put those gloves on, and they really just took over, and it was amazing. And honestly, I don't know how we would have done it without them. And now that some of them have had to go back to work, we have a few others that have just stepped right into the void. And every day, I hope they understand how grateful and how thankful we are that they're here. I try to tell them, and I think it gets a little bit redundant, me saying thank you, thank you, thank you, but we couldn't do it without them. We really just couldn't.
It's amazing. Although they don't get the free T-shirt, right? That's really a premium for me.
I'll
as
work
a host
on that.
of the
How about
event.
I work on it?
All right, fair
well,
enough.
I don't know. I might have to work on it.
Well, thank you so much. You're meeting a lot of the people that work in the operations, but there's some real unsung heroes here at Lunch Break that keep this place humming behind the scenes in terms of maintaining the facilities. And they do an incredible job. Is there any chance that we can show the video of those? Take a look at this.
You get in where you fit in a lunch break. I'm the maintenance supervisor. That's Jerome Livingston. He's the senior maintenance supervisor. Anywhere in this building, me and Mr. Livingston is there. I came in as a client. I was in a homeless shelter, and my pride didn't want me to come in lunch break. I'm walking back and forth, told myself I'd never get caught dead in a soup kitchen. But the Miss Mill hunger pains make you think different. So I came in one day, sat down, and everybody was so nice, I was kind of scared. I thought I was in a cult. I said, this must be a cult. Everybody smiling, they running around, they too damn nice. I didn't know what was going on. One day the truck came while I was here. I came out in the back, helped unload the truck. And it felt good to do something positive. I just kept coming back, and one day Mr. Wynn walked up to me and said, well, you've been here long enough, everybody know you. Would you like a job? I walked out to my truck, came back with my rap sheet. I said, this is me. Before you hire me, I want you to know what you're getting, who you're getting. She said, I already know, I did my homework already. So when she handed me keys to the building, I went to the bathroom because I started crying. Because that was the first time somebody trusted me in a long time. And that's been 9 years ago. And so far, so good. We're still here, still going.
So that's Wally Woods. He works here. Wally's going to join us now. Wally, are you here?
Yes, I am.
For goodness sakes, Wally. First of all, thank you so much for joining us. Your story, I think, is so compelling about the power of not just lunch break, but of trusting each other and of seeing each other's humanity and the power of that to change lives for the better. How do you feel the 9 years here at Lunch Break has helped transform your life?
Oh, wait a minute. This is, to me, the greatest place in the world. Like I said, I'm just fresh out of jail. Nobody trusts you. I come here. I said it's been 9 years. It made me feel like a man again. That's why when people come in here, I know everybody's name, all the clients' names, because I've been where they've been. I sit there, I talk to them. We don't look down on nobody. We make sure they feel at home and as comfortable as possible when they come here. So when they come here, they leave with a smile. Sometimes they just come just to talk. Don't even come to get the food or nothing, just for the camaraderie with us. Sometimes I think they come just to see me, my boss said once in a while. I said, they come to see you. They ain't come to eat today, looking for you all day. Because I talked to them. I said, I done been there. I done been homeless. I done been in jail. I done drug abuse. I done did everything. I done been there, so I can sit there, I can relate to everybody. And that's what makes this place so wonderful. Because you can come here, you can be yourself, and you need that shoulder to cry on with somebody who's been through what you've been through. And that's just how it is here.
I think that's something people don't realize sometimes, well, is that when you're in that situation, it hurts.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. The shame, sometimes it's just being ashamed of what you've done and don't know how to talk to people and tell people about what you've been through. And that's what it is. Put that shame to the side. Your past is your past. We're not going to judge you. We're going to help you the best we can and help you get to the next step where you have to get to. That's what we're here for.
So you've joined the cult. Are you in the cult now, Wally?
110%. Jumped in with both feet.
And by the way, nobody works harder than Wally out there, and I wanted to thank you again for coming. You know, I saw the video. I said, is there any way Wally can get in? I know your back is hurting, and I know how hard you work, and so I so appreciate that you took the time to come out. How are you feeling?
I'm all right. I'm pretty good. I'll be back as soon as possible. But I want to thank you for letting me, help get the message out there. So thank you so much.
My pleasure, my friend, and it's good to see you. And obviously, next time I'll come and I'll help you unload, except, I also have...
We'll give you the light stuff. You'll be all right.
All right, I appreciate that,
all right,
Wally.
thank you
so much for joining us. Once again, folks, you see the power of this place. You see the way it's able to transform lives. You see the good that it does. Your gift will be matched. All you have to do is text RISING to 243-725 to make that donation. I did want to talk very briefly. Look, making a matching challenge at $250,000, that's no small potatoes. So I wanted to get on the line. Abe Littenberg, he's an advisory council member, 2021 honoree, longtime supporter of Lunch Break. Can we get Abe up on? He's not here, but we're going to try. Abe! Can you hear us?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Abe, thank you so much for your and Linda's just absolutely generous matching donation. But why, Abe? What is it about Lunch Break that has you take this effort?
Well, everybody knows that we are passionate about Lunch Break. We've been working with them for a long, long time, and as you well know, it goes way beyond food. We are continuously amazed at their ability to understand what people need and find a way to provide it. They're so special. The people there are so special.
It's the kind of place, too, in this time of need, did you think it was especially important now because of how many more people now are in that food insecurity place and also have lost their jobs?
Absolutely. I know that one client needed his car repaired, and they figured out how to do that. The life skills program, you'll hear from Marianne, is amazing. They're teaching people how to prepare for jobs. And one of the less known services is how they help people fill out applications, like for a job or life insurance or health insurance or Social Security, which is not easy, even college application. And having said that, anyone who knows what a FAFSA form is, the financial for student aid form, it will just floor you. And they're willing to work on everything that you need. It is amazing. I am honored to be honored, and we're honored to work with such great people. It's just a pleasure to be involved with all of them, and you, for that matter.
We really appreciate it, Abe. And I want to thank you especially for the generous donation, but also for your patience in working with us to figure out Skype, because that.
Yes.
I'm not a brain surgeon. You're not a brain surgeon, but man, that was. I think it might have been a 4-day effort.
Well, my technician, who's right over here, she really figured it out, because otherwise I was in the dark, and now I'm in the light.
You know, there's nothing better than being in the Skype light, Abe. So thank you so much for joining us, and thanks again for your donation.
You're so welcome. Thank you, too.
Abe, actually, you know, he brought up a really interesting part that we haven't really talked about with Lunch Break. We're talking a lot about food insecurity and the pantry and the kitchen. There are a ton of services that go on here, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the youth and volunteer programs. Do we have a video on that, please? Oh, no, we're just going to talk to, for God's sakes, forget about the video. We have the leader of the band, Sharda Jedwani Love, the program director of these youth and volunteer programs. Sharda, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. How are you, John?
I'm exhausted, Sharda. I know you guys work hard, but I have put in over 41 minutes of very hard work here tonight, and I'm exhausted.
Do you want to babysit? Do you want to babysit?
No, I don't think I could handle that. But how about you? Tell me a little bit about, you know, we've talked a lot about the food. What are some of these other programs that you guys are operating?
So currently we are operating because we've had to suspend a few of our programs. Currently we're doing the virtual kids cooking class that's held twice a month, and that's been amazing to be able to have the kids partner with somebody they look up to. So it's Cooking with My Hero. We have our chef Tracy Torrey. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. So they do it all virtual. We provide the ingredients to the participants, and they get in front of their computer screens at home and just learn how to cook and share that opportunity and experience with somebody they look up to. We also are back to school program, which we are partnering with Pilgrim Baptist Church and Red Bank. We have our distribution actually this Saturday at Pilgrim Baptist Church from 12 to 3. So you just drive up. They'll ask you how many book bags you need, and they will provide the book bags and blankets that day. So don't forget, 12 to 3 this Saturday, August 29th, at the Pilgrim Baptist Church in Red Bank. It's for anybody that shows up. So if you need book bags, please feel free to stop by. We also have our toy program. More information is going to come up on that. But we're doing this a little differently this year. We're partnering with some community partners. We're doing a gift card drive and a gift card distribution for our families. So again, more information to follow on our website. There'll be more information. And our clothing program, which you'll hear about after this, and our life skills program, which you'll shortly hear about through Mary Ann. But those are the programs that we are currently having done virtually during this time.
Right.
Along with our Women's Worth program.
Do you think there's going to be a chance? It's still going to be a while for some of the other programs to come up, but it sounds like you're still running a really comprehensive life skills and need program, even though you have to do it virtually.
Yes, and we've had to add additional program, our COVID program, which you'll hear about from Phil later on in the show, but that's taken up a lot of our time, and for us to jump on it as quickly as we did to be able to provide that relief to a lot of our individuals and families that are struggling during this time has been remarkable. We've had a great team of people who have just jumped on and been able to successfully assist individuals in need. And then also our volunteer program. I do want to touch on that. That is important because the volunteers are our backbone to Lunch Break. Without them, we could not do what we do. And so if you'd like to get more information about our programs, about volunteering, please don't forget to visit our website, www.lunchbreak.org, to find out more information.
Great. And anybody who is interested in volunteering, anybody who's interested in donating, whether it be food or time or money, you can get all that information on the website. Sharda, thank you so much for all the hard work.
Thank you.
that you're doing and the great stuff.
Thank you. Thank you for your time and energy.
Oh, please. You know, she mentioned that they have this clothing program. And this is one of the most incredible things about Lunch Break. It's this amazing, it's called Clara's Closet. And you can't believe how it can transform people's lives. Let's take a look at this video.
I always tell people, I want this to look like a Macy's. It's a nice little boutique to come to and shop but not spend any money. So before the pandemic, Clara's Closet was open to anyone who was in need of clothing. You could come once a week. You got 20 minutes to shop and you could literally take as much as you need for whoever's in your household, all free of cost. When we do open, we're ready to open our doors back up and allow clients to come back in. Until then, we'll just continue to be their personal stylist.
The relationships down in Clara's Closet are so special. And that's something I'm missing. You know, I'm really missing our clients. The 20 minutes that we have together, week after week, we get to know each other.
So our student program, we dress people for interviews, employment purposes, weddings, prom. The prom program is a very special program to me. It's an opportunity for someone to attend their prom who necessarily couldn't afford to go to prom.
The first year that we did it, we had maybe 2 or 3 girls come. But one of those girls, she didn't fit in any of the dresses we had. And the other volunteer that I was working with, she was so touched by that, she set up a date with her and bought her a dress. Somebody else heard the story and wound up donating money for her to get a limousine with her friends. And that's what's amazing about Lunch Break. One time you give somebody a piece of clothing that they cherish, that makes them feel beautiful, you don't know how that can change.
It's a lot of fun because you can see when they come in the first time around, they're not as confident, but after they put on that outfit and it's the right outfit, and it's nice to see the transformation in their confidence.
I love fashion, so when I get to know their fashion, I can help them find cool things. Because you can find really cool things here. This beautiful jacket that I'm wearing is actually from Clara's Closet, so you can find such cool things and it's fun. It's creative and it's really fun.
Yeah, it's an incredible place. You know, we've talked a lot about how Lunch Break operates. We've met a lot of people who do it. But if you've been watching my hosting, you know there hasn't been a lot of entertainment on tonight's program. Well, that's about to change, folks. I'm going to introduce a musical performance by Maddie Freeman. She's a local hero, local hunger hero, 10 years old. Sponsored her own musical fundraiser for Lunch Break in April, and she has written a song for this evening's performance. Maddie Freeman, ladies and gentlemen.
There's a big world outside, so don't just run and hide. There's troubles to face, pressure to win the race of life. Some days are high and some days are low, so don't lose hope. Sometimes we're struggling, sometimes we got challenges, but we'll face them together. Looks like they're doubling, seems like they're doubling. Sometimes we're struggling, sometimes we got challenges, but we'll face them together. Looks like they're doubling, but we can handle them. Remember the butterflies fly, the sunshine shine, the clouds will disappear in a matter of time. When your world has turned upside down, I'll be there to turn it back around. The butterflies fly, the sunshine shine, the clouds will disappear in a matter of time. When your world has turned upside down, I'll be there to turn it back around.
What the? I'm sorry, I apologize. I was promised I was going to be the most talented person here tonight. That is outrageous that you would book Maddie Freeman and she would blow me out of the water like that. Unacceptable. Maddie Freeman, that was fantastic. Great job. Phenomenal. You see the local people that come together, that put together fundraisers, that lend their amazing talents to Lunch Break. But I also want you to meet some of the clients and see what Lunch Break does. I want you to meet Nick and Anaya. Take a look at this.
I met Lunch Break through a program that we was at. It was a shelter. Nick and I had to think about eating, washing up, sleeping, just normal basic things that people who was living a regular normal life wouldn't have to think about.
Stressful, arguments, feeling embarrassed, couldn't provide for my family. It looked like I was gangbanging, and it looked like I was a bum, a complete bum.
We started with Lunch Break just by going to the food bank and the clothing. They hooked us up with a life skills coach, Miss Kathy Welch. And now we are here. We are both in school. Nicholas goes to Penn Foster. I am a current student at Ocean County College.
Lunch Break, and that was the game changer. Now they're my mentors. They always push me to do better. They made me get my license. They're the best coaches if you want to elevate your game in life, to be with.
You see this car behind me? We won this car in November. Lunch Break surprised us. It was the best surprise of my life.
Winning a car was one of the best days of my life. It was bigger than just a car. It showed that people really was there to help you and appreciated you for trying to help yourself. Lunch Break, it made me feel, honestly, like I was living again. It took the heartless nights that we had away from my heart, all the negative thinking. I felt like I won my relationship back because that was on the verge of losing. Lunch Break gave me belief, encouragement, and never to give up, even when you're on your last string of hope.
When I came to them in tears, telling them that I couldn't do this anymore or that I didn't want to do this anymore, they made sure that I felt secure in knowing that I will come out on top. I have a lot of goals. I want to own a house by I'm 35. By the time I'm 35, I'm going to own a house, so.
Thank you, Lunch Break.
We appreciate you.
And love you.
Wonderful, wonderful stuff. And that all comes through the Life Skills program, and that is run by Marianne Lasardo. And Marianne, I think, joins us now. If we can get, hey, Marianne. Oh.
I can't hear you.
Oh, is that true? You can't hear me? Oh, no, that's not good. So I could say anything right now?
Let's try that.
Okay, how's this? Okay.
That's better. Can you hear
Okay,
me?
we'll have a little bit of feedback, but it doesn't matter, Marianne, because what you do is too important for us not to discuss it. The life skills part. We saw how impactful it is for Nick and Anaya. Tell me a little bit about the things that you do in the life skills program.
Well, first and foremost, welcome to our Life Skills Center. It's an amazing place where miracles do happen. How it works? It's such a unique program for each individual. Nick and Anaya's coaching, goal setting was very different from some of our other participants. One of the things that I love about this program, it's not a cookie cutter program. Each person comes in, we assign them a coach based on their needs, what they need from us, and what we need from them. Okay, we design a program where you can come in and establish your goals. I think Nick and Anaya said it so perfectly in that just getting clean and washing your clothes and someplace to sleep, until we take care of those basic needs, a resume really isn't very important. Okay, but once all those basic needs are fulfilled and we see hope, then we could start talking about all the things that we want to accomplish together. I have learned so much from these participants. It's been amazing for me.
That's what's incredible to me, is that this is not a one-time thing for you guys. You stay with people. You help them throughout their journey.
Absolutely. We don't offer you a certificate in 3 months to say, oh, look, I'm a life skills graduate. Okay. We have participants in our program who've been with us for 6 months or 2 years and will be with us for quite some time, because it's always so nice when you're not quite sure what to do to pick up the phone and talk to your coach.
And for you, during the pandemic, not being able to see people maybe in person the way that you were, how have you guys handled the life skills part of this?
Well, I've become a Zoom master, okay? I certainly didn't want to be. It was not on my goals, a list of things to do, okay? But we do things via Zoom. We offer trainings during using Zoom. Our coaches use Zoom all the time. I think sometimes, too, you need to make that lemonade out of that darn lemon, okay? And one of the things, we have a great ESL class with 30 people in it. And some of the obstacles that we had with ESL is, I can't leave my kids and I don't have transportation to get to you. Well, now if we come to you in your home, okay, we can teach you ESL and you don't have to leave your kids and you don't have to take the bus. And so we decided that when this is all over, we will actually incorporate a Zoom ESL class as part of our curriculum, because people need that kind of flexibility.
And who better to do that than the Zoom master herself?
The Zoom master.
You are the Zoom master, and you will handle that. I know that you have a very special woman who is there who you wanted to introduce as well.
Yeah. I take great pleasure at introducing Chelsea. She is someone who has become my role model in terms of all she's been able to accomplish and never saying, no, I can't. She's a wonderful woman, and I am just so proud of her. So I'm going to scoot that way, and she's going to come in this way. Thank you, John, for your time.
Thank you. This is a surprise performance. Hello, Chelsea.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm really good. I'm clearly much taller than you.
Yeah.
The way I've got to move back now, or tilt, or we'll go back. Chelsea, tell me, how did you end up coming to the Life Skills program, and how did you, tell me about that relationship?
Okay, so when I first came to lunch break, I was very discouraged and at a low place in life. I was homeless and my credit score needed some serious repairing. And my main focus at the time was providing stability for my son. As a single mother, that was my goal. But when I started the Life Skills program, they handed me a notebook and they told me to write down my goals, no matter how big or small, letting me know that anything was possible, even though at the time, I didn't believe it. When I met my life skills coach, Mary Beth, she was so supportive and encouraging, and she helped me create a good plan for me to achieve whatever I want. Whatever I told her, she was for it. I didn't hear a no. So when I told her my ultimate goal was to go back to school and get my degree at Rutgers University, she was all for it, and she helped me to come up with a better plan to execute my appeal so that I could go back, because I owed a tremendous amount of debt. Like, that was truly impossible. So before I knew it, the debt was waived, And lunch break helped me. They were extremely supportive as well. They came up with a GoFundMe for me, and I gained an anonymous donor who helped me go back to school, and they gave me the essentials so that I could do well. I finished my first semester with a 3.3 GPA. This summer, I finished with a 4.0. And not only am I working towards my bachelor's degree of public health, but I got accepted into a dual degree program. So I'll be getting my master's as well. So
all right, Chelsea, I was on board for a while, but now you're just showing off.
In May 2021, I'll be getting my bachelor's. I'll be graduating. And then in May 2022, I'll be graduating with my master's. So my life skills coach is the ultimate teammate, and lunch break is the ultimate team to play for. They were truly a blessing to my life and extremely supportive. And I'm excited to see what the future holds for me and when I give back to lunch break as well. My credit score has increased by 200 points since last year, and I have my own apartment. My son has his own room, and I have mine. It is truly a blessing to see where I came from, and I've been in the program for 1 year now.
Chelsea, that's a remarkable story. And the one thing I will say is, lunch break provides an awful lot, but it's nothing if the individual doesn't have the wherewithal and the tenacity and the resilience and the brilliance that you clearly possess. So, it's a two-way street, and they appreciate you very, very much, and they're incredibly happy with the way that's worked out.
Yeah, they're very supportive.
Awesome. Thanks so much for joining us, Chelsea.
Thank you.
Now, I'm going to introduce I think I threw my cards when Chelsea told me she had a 4.0 and she's getting a dual degree, but I'm pretty sure that I'm going to introduce the incoming board president now. Is that correct? The incoming board president, whose name is Phil Antoon. And Phil!
John,
look at
good
Phil.
To see you. I want to thank Lunch Break for letting me sit down.
I am your future, Phil.
John,
look, you're me
John, listen.
10 years ago, but this is going to happen, Phil. You can't outrun it. It's coming for you, Phil.
John, my wife is watching, so she's going to probably leave me if you tell her that now. And also, thank you to Lunch Break for letting me sit down, because I look really short next to these racks behind me, so I just want to get that out there right now.
Phil, I'm excited that you're going to be taking over incoming board president. You've been running some other programs out of this place. Tell me about some of the need that has occurred with the things that you've been working on.
So, John, I've been heavily involved with the COVID-19 Emergency Relief Fund program, and it started with a $50,000 donation from a very generous foundation, and it just started to grow from there. And all of a sudden, we scrambled, we put together a program, online applications come in about 2 to 3 weeks after they come in, they're processed, and it's a very rigorous review process, but also one that is very, very efficient. And John, what we're doing is getting people's bills paid. That's what we're doing right now. So that $50,000, right now, we have distributed approximately $550,000 to almost 850 individuals and families. Just an incredible outpouring of support. But we sat there and said, wow, $50,000. We can do so much with this. We turned around. We got inundated with applications. And John Klein and I we provide the final review and approval. And John, I'll tell you, you're brought to tears. And John Klein and I spoke about this numerous times, where I would be reviewing applications and I had to stop. I said to my wife, you're on the verge of tears. And people, it was really just a common story. I went from 2 jobs to none, 1 job to none. I can't work because I have to watch my children. They're not in school anymore. And so what are we doing? People were so generous, $550,000 in private donations. They range from $5 to $50,000. We're paying the bills directly to the providers. So we're going out and through the applications, we are paying rent, mortgage, telephone bills, car insurance, car payments, electricity, gas. John, these are basic necessities that we all take for granted. We pay them every month. Now imagine that you're getting an application from a person who says, I can't afford to pay anything. And it's heart-wrenching. And to give you an example, application said, we slept on the beach last night. I slept in my car last night. We have no food. We have no money. I have children. So it was just unbelievable trying to go through these applications. And the ability for us to help well over 800 families is just very heartwarming. John, I'll tell you that this is not just a COVID-19 problem. It was pre-COVID-19.
Right.
People were living on the edge. COVID-19 pushed them over the edge. Where does that take us now, John? Is this a 3-month problem, 6-month? When COVID-19 is behind us, this problem's not going away. This is a 3-year, 4-year, this is a 5-year plus problem that we are grappling with to get people back up on their feet and to sustain their financial lifestyle.
Yep. The fragility of it, Phil, is what strikes you. And you do realize, and for some of these stories and success stories, when it gets on top of you and you can't get out from under it, everything starts to snowball and fall apart. And it only takes a little bit of help from somewhere to help you get back up, stabilize, and then shine. So it's much appreciated, Phil. Congratulations. I look forward to seeing you as board president over the next year. So thanks so much, Phil.
Thank you, John.
You know, no worries. This place is remarkable, and I'll tell you what strikes you about Lunch Break is you think it's about food. You think it's just food for the belly, but it's food for the soul. And you see that the camaraderie and the care that allows people who feel like their lives are on quicksand to get a little bit of stabilization. And once they stabilize, then they can begin to build back and strengthen. And it's an incredibly overwhelming task for everyone that works here. And I know they come in every day with the same mindset. I'm going to do everything I can for the clients and the people in need to help get them that stable foundation that will help them prosper. It's a remarkable place. Please, we've got a $250,000 matching gift. You can text the word RISING to 243-725 or visit the Lunch Break website. I want to turn the program right now back over to John Klein and Gwen Love. You met them earlier, and they will give you some words and enjoy. John?
First off, John, I'd really like to thank you so much for your time tonight, giving us
My
your
pleasure.
talent, which is immeasurable, and your support of the community. That's what for me is the most important thing, is people coming together, helping support others in their community. Can't do it by yourself, and we're all part of this community. I'd also like to thank our donors and supporters. Thank you so much for many, many years of help and service, particularly for our matching donors tonight, Joan Recknitz, Abe, and Linda Littenberg. Thank you so much. Really hugely important, very, very wonderful. I'd like to give a shout out to my wife, Robin, and to my buddy, Brian Kirk. We'll be seeing you playing a little bit. And hugest shout out is to Gwen Love and all of our wonderful staff. You've met some of the staff tonight. They really, they reach into their pockets and help people. I mean, they do whatever needs to happen, and it's really great. So thank all the staff. Gwen, here, I know you have a few thanks.
Thank you, John. And I echo everything that John said, really. This has been a great night. John, we thank you so much for hosting. We love you and your wife. You're just two beautiful people. We're so glad that you came into our life and are part of the Lunch Break family. Thank you to all of our supporters and donors. We've had some wonderful sponsors that have stepped up and helped us as well. Our volunteers, our wonderful staff. You know, you say we reach into our pockets. I think they reach into their hearts as well. But we also, as I said before, have a wonderful board of trustees who are amazing for Lunch Break and bring all their resources and all their support. And so we're a very blessed organization. We're doing God's work, and I never worry about anything because I know that when we have a need, people are going to provide. The community has always been wonderful to lunch break. So I anticipate that this night is going to be very successful. This is our gala instead of our regular gala, and so this supports all of our operations for the rest of the year. So we thank everyone, and I want to give a shout out to my kids and grandkids also, because I know they're watching. Love you so much. And I hope I didn't forget anyone. We got the volunteers, our staff, the board, the community. Just want to say thank you. John, we love you. The Murphys, thank you so much. But also the business community as well, the restaurants. I mean, all of you continue to sustain us, all the time. So thank you so much, and God bless everybody.
Thank you so much, Gwen. Lovely, lovely words, and a really amazing job. So to close out the program tonight, we're going to have a special musical performance by another local hero, supported Lunch Break for many, many years. Puts on a Santa for Lunch Break concert every year at Count Basie. Brian Kirk is joining us. Thank you so much for doing that. Please don't forget to donate. Take it away, Brian.
1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, 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 ooh.
And now you're going to hear from three lovely ladies who are friends of Lunch Break. In fact, we're going to be honoring them at next year's gala. Robin Klein, Linda Littenberg, and Carol Stillwell. They're going to be reading letters from clients of ours who have gone through some things in life, who Lunch Break have helped, and they're saying thank you to Lunch Break.
My roommate and I cannot thank you enough for this gift. Both the restaurants we work in closed in March, and it's been a struggle to pay bills and our rent. This helps so much and provides peace of mind during these difficult times. When this is all over, I'm going to bake you a cake and a big pan of lasagna. Thank you, and God bless you.
To whom it may concern, my assistant and I have been to Lunch Break to get some bags of groceries and lunch as well in the past 2 Fridays. We were thrilled with the generosity of the donors and the staff members. The first time we went was Good Friday, and we were able to bring home some chocolates to our kids. They were so happy. We are facing a log of challenges financially due to the lack of work, but we praise the Lord for everything He is doing. All the food from Lunch Break has been a blessing to both of our families. We are grateful for the help during this crisis.
Dear Lunch Break crew, just wanted to say thank you from the bottom of my heart that you guys and lovely ladies are staying open to feed the needy and people who have lost their jobs due to this vicious coronavirus that claimed the lives of many. But yet, you serve people with a kind heart, and I see the smiles by your eyes. I received a call today to come and get groceries through the drive-thru and lunch through the grab-and-go out front. Just wanted to say thank you again. That's one less thing that I have to worry about. Stay safe, stay healthy, please.
Several years ago after Sandy, I had a concert at Camp Basie, and it was so incredible, raised a lot of money, helped a lot of people. And I thought I should keep doing that. And I asked around the community of Red Bank, and I said, what do you think, who should I raise some money for? Everyone, I mean everyone, said you have to do it for lunch break. And sadly enough, I didn't even know what lunch break was. I'd heard some things about it, but I went to check it out. And I went in there and I was just floored on what they were doing. Not just feeding people, helping them, changing their lives. And I got to know a lot of great people there who I have extraordinary affections for. Gwen Love. So for me, being a Red Bank guy and just having that kind of organization out there as a foundation and pillar of the community just moves me. So here's an original song I wrote recently for a friend of mine that passed away. I wrote it within COVID and the virus and then this isolation that we've all experienced. This is called Rise. Feels like it kind of fits the night. In my garden blue, huge sunflowers grew. Take anything you want from me. Little faces from peering windows come. Take anything you want from me. On the front lines, covered faces cry, don't take that from me. Alone we wait, home we stay, and we rise through this life. I will see you on the other side. Rise through this life. I will see you on the other side when we rise. Darkened clouds come to a father and a son. Take anything you want from me. There's just me and you, and all this solitude. Take anything you want from me. On the front lines, the grandfather cries. Don't take that from me. From home we wait, no way to say goodbye to to this life. I will see you on the other side. Goodbye to this life. I will see you on the other side. When we rise, oh, on the other side. Rise, oh, on the other side. This life. See you, I see you. See you, I see you. On the other side. Good night, everybody.
There's a big world outside, so don't just run and hide. There's troubles to face, pressure to win the race of life. Some days are high and some days are low, so don't lose hope. Sometimes we're struggling, sometimes we got challenges, but we'll face them together. Looks like they're doubling, seems like they're doubling. The butterflies fly, the sunshine shine, the clouds will disappear in a matter of time. When your world has turned upside down, I'll be there to turn it back around. We'll come out of this better than before if we believe in each other, have faith in one another, and we'll rise together. Some days are high and some days are low, so don't lose hope. Sometimes we're struggling, sometimes we got challenges,